Okay, so I'm going to recap real quick. Today, we're going to talk about value proposition, just as those who unfortunately missed today's class, they can go back and rewatch this video. The objective is to understand the importance of a value proposition. Okay, so welcome. My name is Leslie Jackson. I'm the regional tech trainer for KW Colorado, as well as a MAPS coach. Today, I'm going to outline the importance of a value proposition and differentiating yourself in this competitive real estate market. So I'm going to just go over the agenda. First, we're going to define a value proposition. Second, we're going to go over the components of a strong value proposition. The third thing we're going to discuss are steps to create your value proposition. And then we'll provide and discuss examples at the end. And that's probably when I'll start asking upon you to give me an example of yours and sharing each other so that we can gain clarity and or add more to your value proposition right now. So the definition of a value proposition is a statement that summarizes why a consumer should choose your services. So what is a value proposition? I'm going to read that again. It's a statement that summarizes why a consumer should choose your services. This is crucial to your business. So as you walk in to a buyer consult or a seller consult, you know exactly how to describe that statement. In fact, you're going to learn that statement forward, backwards, upside down, sideways, so that it strengthens your presentation, your credibility, your rapport, right? So we're thinking about all those granular things. It also highlights the unique benefits you offer and how you solve clients' problems. That's a really big one, because if you don't know what your clients are trying to solve, how do you know how to provide value? See, we can walk into the room and really describe how we're going to sell your house today at top dollar. That sounds great and all, but how are you going to do it? What sets you apart? What are the things that you can do to market the listing better than somebody else's? Or how are you going to ensure that the negotiation process goes smoothly, right? All those things that you're up against in a consult. So the importance of a value proposition is really how you differentiate yourself from your competitors. So I'm going to pause there. And what I want you to do is write down, as you're thinking about your value proposition, who your competitors are. So write down who your competitors are right now. Think about them. What are they offering right now that you feel that you might need help on? Or perhaps you feel like, I am offering that already. How can I do it better? So who are your competitors? All right, next, clarify your strengths and unique selling points. That's huge. Unique. That word is huge. So what makes you unique? And so when I teach today's class around truly your value proposition, what I'd like for you to write down is, what is my unique value proposition? What is my unique value proposition? Because I'm sure there are a lot of value propositions out there already. And again, you're a realtor. A lot of you are going to have something similar. So how can you set yourself apart in that statement in such a way that the client goes, wow, wow, right? So in the statement, as we compile it, or as you compile it together in today's class, asterisk this: attract and retain clients. So how can I attract and retain clients? You're in the service industry. Let's not lie about that. You're here to serve. You're here to be a servant leader. You're here to be somebody that provides an experience, right? And you know that saying is like first impressions are everything, right? So are you walking into this next buyer consult or seller presentation with confidence and ease, knowing that your unique value proposition sets you apart from the next person that is about to walk in after you? Okay, so let's talk about some components. All right. Before we do, I'm going to pause there. I would like for somebody to share with me what came up for you in just these moments of writing down your notes. So I could see everybody writing down, getting really curious, and I could see the wheels turning. So I would like to invite one of you to unmute yourself and just share with the group what came up for you. Who's ready? 5, 4, 3,
I'll go.
1. Great.
I'll say I grew up in the area and I know the area pretty good, and I work with a big brokerage with a lot of experienced agents, and we can share our knowledge. And if I need help doing something since I'm kind of new, I can use them to help, if I have any questions with the contracts or anything going on. So that was one thing I had.
I love that. I love that too, because a part of that unique proposition that you're also kind of getting curious about and you're writing down notes about what you just said. What I also heard in that, Lee, is that you are trying to also tell the KW story in that. So like the KW story and how it sets you apart from other brokerages as well. I think that's great. That's awesome. Yes. Yay.
Yeah.
Yay for Lee for sharing. Anybody else that wants to share? Because again, this is all helping each other. Why not? All right, we're going to move on. Lee, you get 5 stars for sharing. Components. So this is good. This is where we get really granular around our unique value proposition. It's the who that we had to get really clear about. So who are you serving? Okay, we know there are buyers and sellers. Let's get more granular and detailed about who those people are. Are they first-time home buyers? Are they, we can talk about generations. Are they baby boomers? Are they millennials? Are they divorcees, right? Like, let's just throw it out there. People buy or sell because of diamonds, wealth, breakups, right? Bigger houses, bigger families, smaller houses because the families have flocked, right? Is it generational wealth? Are they investment? Are they people who are ready to invest? So who are you serving? And so if you're new to this industry, get clear with who you're already in communication with, right? So for you, Lee, it's like, if you know the area well, where is that area in particular? Where did you grow up? Who lives there currently? Who's in your community that you're tapped into? See, we're all a part of different types of communities and also different types of lifestyles, which also goes back to lifestyles, right? Maybe you're a part of a gym. Maybe you're a part of a club. Maybe you play pickleball every Sunday. Maybe you go to church every Sunday. So I'm throwing out all these ideas for you to get into curiosity about who your database is right now and what types of people are you communicating with. So target audience is huge in your unique value proposition. Who are you serving? The second thing that goes right into that, the second component that goes right into that is the value offered. See, the value offered has a lot to do with the who. So you have to be really specific about the benefits that will be provided to them. So who are those people? What do they need and where are their pain points? And that's the solution there. You're the solution. Make sense? All right. So your unique selling value proposition is what makes you different. It helps you get really clear with how you're going to be offering those unique points. And also, this is going to be your competition. Who's your competition? Right? Proof and validation, fourth component. So your proof and validation is huge. Evidence that supports your claims. So what kind of evidence that you have already that is going to support your unique value proposition? So you need proof and validation. I'll give you one example. Allow your people to sing your praises. Testimonials are huge, huge. So if you're not throwing testimonials in your marketing and or your digital presence, you could be missing the audience that you're trying to attract. Because those people are going to attract the same people that are going to hire you to solve the same problem. Make sense? Okay. So 4 components. Who are you serving? The specific benefits you provide. I'm gonna place all of this in the chat for you. You can literally copy and paste it if you want. Target audience. Who are you serving? Value offered. The specific benefit and value provided. Your USP, your unique value selling proposition. This makes you different. And proof and validation that supports your claim. Okay. An example of a value proposition. As a seasoned real estate agent specializing in luxury properties, I offer unparalleled market insights and personalized approach to help high net worth individuals find their dream homes. My 95% client satisfaction rate and extensive network of industry contacts ensure a seamless and successful buying experience. Wow. That's super detailed, right? And very, very specific about client satisfaction. I love that. They know their client satisfaction, they're tracking it, right? Market insights and a personalized approach to help high net worth individuals find their dream homes. That is a very specific person, right? Did you hear that? A high net worth individual find their dream home. I cater to that audience is essentially what that person is saying. Huge. All right. So that's part 1. Now, here's part 2 of the class, creating your unique value proposition in about 15 minutes. I'm going to walk you through how to do it. You're going to write down. Now, I hoped that after today's class, you have some sort of statement and you can refine it and get a little bit better with wording. So that you're ready to push that unique value proposition to all your marketing within a week, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's getting into action. Cool. So first you need to identify who your niche is or your niche. That's a prettier way of saying it. Define your niche. Are they first-time home buyers, luxury market people, investors, moving up people? So who's your niche? Define it. Okay, who wants to share?
Leslie, I have a question.
Hi.
Hi. Our market is so small. If I just focused only on luxury home buyers, like the previous statement that you just read,
Yeah.
then I would probably go hungry. So,
Right.
my niche is pretty much anybody who wants to buy or sell in Estes Park. So can I refine that, or is that good enough to be that broad?
I think refining is great. And also, I love that you bring this up because it's a great talking point to unique value proposition. Everybody's placed in a different type of market. And so for your type of market in Estes Park, it's very particular and a little bit smaller. Knowing the topography and geo farming there in Colorado, familiar with that area. And so, yes, you would go hungry. And so that's not your niche. Your niche would be everybody in Estes Park. Estes Park is your niche. Makes sense? And so
Yes.
if you're going to travel outside of Estes Park, then I would also encourage you to also think about the who. Who are these people that are outside of Estes Park? But if you're just inside Estes Park, then how are you look at your competitors within Estes Park and get really clear about how you are better than them. That's just the easiest way to say it.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome. So yeah, your unique value proposition could be experience. It could be white glove type service for different types of for buyers or sellers. Like what kind of concierge experience do you have for your buyers and sellers? What kind of vendor list do you offer? Things like that. Perfect. Anybody else want to share? Okay, so you have to articulate the value. Articulating the value you offer and list the benefits of your service provided. We just spoke about that. Negotiation skills, market knowledge, personalized service. And then focus on the problems you solve for clients. I think this is a big one. A lot of us and a lot of people who are unfamiliar with marketing could feel like, oh, I just got to go sell myself and tell everybody why I'm so great. Put yourself in the consumer's seat. How many people out there are talking about how great they are? So many people, right? But if you were to get inside the consumer's head about the problem, then you've got my attention. Cool. So focus on the problem you solve and or storytell about the problem you have solved, because storytelling is huge for unique value propositions. Okay. So number one, I'm just going to go through it. Identify your target audience, define your niche, understand their specific needs and pain points. Number two, articulate value you offer, like the benefits, the services you provide, and focus on the problems you're solving. All right, the next one is determine your unique value proposition. So I see these as two things all in one, okay? So what sets you apart from other agents? So the Thompson Group, I think of you guys, I'm like, cool, you're in a very unique market up there. So what sets you apart from other brokerages that surround you in that town? And providing a strategy within your consults is going to be huge. So identifying what sets you apart, and then think about your unique skills, experience, and attributes. What sets you apart? What makes you? What makes you so great? Because I'm Leslie Jackson, and that's Julie Berg, and that's the Thompson Group, and that's Lee Werner. And we're all great, but we all are different because we all have different, unique, great things about us, right? It would be weird if we were all the same. Okay. And then provide proof and validation. This is huge, and I touched upon this again, is use testimonials, case studies, statistics, awards. I'm going to pause there on awards to back up your claims. There are ways to use awards to back up your claims in a very professional type way, in my opinion, and I'm going to touch on that here in a second. Include any relevant certifications or accreditations in all of your signatures, email signature, marketing, like, you know, how we have to have our DBA logo on our marketing and your contact information on your marketing. just use those accreditations and specializations and awards, those little symbols underneath your contact information. There's no need to go shouting out above on the treetops, but it's a great visual for somebody to say, I wonder what those awards are about. Drafting the value proposition. Now it's drafting one. So combine everything that I just provided into a clear and concise statement. And of course, ensure it's client focused and easy to understand. Don't overcomplicate it. The simpler, the better, to make it more powerful. And rehearse it. This is a part where once you define and get really clear on your unique value proposition, is rehearsing it in such a way to yourself or to somebody that is on your team or another agent or a spouse or whoever it is sitting across from you, to practice so that you know exactly how to say it from the heart, so that that person feels it on the other side to be like, I will hire you in a minute, in a second, right now. Cool. So I encourage you to draft your own value proposition using all of these steps that I've just provided. And then refine, rehearse, get clear, and then go push it out to the world and go stand in it with power to know that you are unique and how you're selling and how you're buying and how you're consulting and how whoever you're speaking with knows exactly how to repeat it back to you. Like if somebody can't be like, I'm sorry, what did you just say? I don't get it. It wasn't clear. It wasn't concise. And it wasn't, you get that, right? Okay. So that's it. And now the work is for you to do, to walk away, to take all the nuggets that I gave you and go set yourself apart. All right. You guys ready to talk? Okay, Julie, what's coming up for you?
Well, this has always been a challenge for me because I've never been one to boast about myself. So coming up with the words and being so new in the industry, I mean, in this industry, it's hard to put into words who I be. So I've always, I've been trying to come up with who my niche is, and I just need buyers and sellers. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't have a specific people that I'm working with. I have an idea, but I don't have enough knowledge or enough experience, to know exactly who my niche needs to be.
Got it. So you're newer in the industry, so you're still trying to explore what that would look and feel like, get to know your community more on that kind of level.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? That takes time, and that's okay, right? So getting immersed in your community, looking at your database could also be another level of getting to know who your people are. And then eventually putting that all into a unique statement.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So perhaps for you, Julie, it's about what are the activities that I can take today that will help me get clear with myself about who.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I heard education. Okay. So great. Let's talk about that education and get clear on what piece of education that I need to fill those gaps. And can I just say, create yourself what I suggest is create a 30, 60, 90 plan for yourself and define what are those activities, what's my goal, and then work backwards from that to say, okay, maybe it's selling five houses this year. What is it going to take for me to get there? And or what kind of education will I need to help me get there? Or who will help me get there? Maybe there's somebody in my office that could support that journey, right? Perfect. And then as you create that plan for yourself, Julie, it will help shape, and as you go along that plan, you'll get clear with the who. Awesome. Anybody else here want to unmute themselves and just share? Megan says, I am right there with you, Julie.
Hey, Les.
Hi.
Sorry I'm late getting here, but
That's
I
okay,
have been on
Rich.
since minute one.
Okay, great.
I just wasn't Zooming.
That's all good.
I'm sitting at the market center right now,
Oh, nice.
and I've been listening. And I have picked up a couple items from you this morning. And I just sent a nasty gram out to everybody in the office for not being here. Anyway, next month I start my 47th year in the business. So my value proposition is pretty substantial. It's
That's
almost
awesome.
boring. Anyway, I just wanted to say great work. Great work
Thank
you're doing
you.
here. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rich.
Sure.
Awesome. Great, you guys. Appreciate that feedback. Anybody else that would like to unmute themselves? Hi, Lynette.
Hi, I'm a little late.
That's okay.
I wanted to make an appearance and say I appreciate that you do this weekly. So thank you. And sometimes schedule gets scheduled. I assume you were handling like niche market value propositions, how to drill it down and target. Is that what you were
Correct.
talking about?
Correct. And
So
then,
my
yeah.
go ahead.
Yep. And then just putting it into a statement.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm not sure what is considered value. I know what I think I bring, but I don't know what would be considered value out there and how
Yeah.
to say that in one line. Because, when I see people say, I'm honest, I'm this, I'm that, I'm like, no, you're not. If you have to say you're honest, you're not honest. It's just cynical. So I have my niche market is estate probate. I'm a certified probate expert. Not that that means anything, right? Like it's like I'm a licensed plumber, but you can't plumb, you know. But I do have a lot of experience in it. So I wanted to say thank you. And then my biggest question right now is, I think I found you on your YouTube channel. Is there more than one channel?
Yeah, there's my personal, and then there's
For these recordings?
the region. So the KW Colorado Regional YouTube channel, I'll place in the chat right now. But you could just type in, because I see that you're on your phone, you could just go to YouTube and just type in KW Colorado Region, and it'll come up right away. And all of my classes are there, so that you can go in and look at the list of tech classes. All the tech classes are piled into a playlist.
Okay.
And so for everybody's
own, I'm not sure which one I was in.
Okay, no worries. I have my own personal,
yeah,
and the Colorado region, which is right there. Cool.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah.
And I just want you to do mine for me, but thank you. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. You're welcome. Okay, great. Well, it sounds like everybody is walking away with value. No pun intended. And so I hope to hear that by next week you have it all written down, because next week is going to be a spinoff, and the full month of May is going to be about value and how we insert it, how we use command. And so get really clear, do the homework. I promise you it's going to be worth it next week, because we're going to dive in again and get a little bit more granular about sellers and buyers and presentations and all that good stuff. Okay. Great, guys. Have a beautiful day. Enjoy the 75-degree weather here in Colorado. Reach out to me if you need me, Leslie Jackson at kw.com. That's Lesley Jackson at kw.com. Bye. Thank you.